Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, weighing 165 pounds, Darksydephil.
Well, Darksydephil, a streamer, you only normally get him to see him from the waist up. So we've had to make a presumption about his usual attire, but I think I've got it pretty spot on. Normally sporting a pink skirt, allegedly. A man that likes to beg for money on streams. He's going to make his professional wrestling debut tonight against an opponent yet to be announced.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Darksydephil has said he will only compete in a match here tonight if he receives at least $200 in donation.
Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. And look at him having a grown man having a tantrum in order to get donations. Well, the man baby's tantrum has continued. We've had no donations.
Ladies
in the
and gentlemen, thankfully, Darksydephil's planned opponent here tonight has generously agreed to donate $200. Therefore, this match will commence.
Well, thank God that's over. I'm intrigued to know which opponent would pay $200 to this man just to get his hands on him. We're going to find out now.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, weighing in tonight at 326 pounds, Kane.
Darksydephil may have just got a donation. He will never forget. He may want to give that $200 back. But if he doesn't, he's going to have to face this 7-foot, 300+ pound monster. And everybody knows that Kane hates streamers begging for money. He's lost many good friends over the years because of that. Kane wants to dish out some justice here. And he's going to get the opportunity to. $200, not a bad price. I'll tell you what, you can pay me $1 million. I'd never step in the ring with this 7-foot monster. Darksydephil's going to have to do that. Well, he wanted his professional wrestling debut here tonight. He wanted $200. And he's got it from the Big Red Machine. Now he's going to have to face the consequences of what he's been doing. And look at this, Darksydephil pleading with the Big Red Machine. He wants no part of this. But Kane not listening to the begging. Kane wanted his hands on Darksydephil. He's going to get it here tonight as he comes charging in with a thunderous clothesline. Darksydephil being brought to the dark side here by this monster. Picks him up, 2 hands around the throat and just slams the back of his head into the canvas. That may be a concussion. As Kane now sends Darksydephil for the ride off the ropes. Thunderous hip toss. In all fairness, at least he's earning his $200. He's not just begging for money. At least he's giving us something in return on this occasion. As Kane sends him into the corner. Heavy kicks right to the abdomen. And now this big monster with that size 16 boot just running it right across the face of the internet's least favourite beggar. As he picks him up now, look at that, the referee getting in the way. Kane just trying to move the referee out of his way. Don't get in the path of destruction. And a big boot now. The Big Red Machine came here to destroy and he's doing exactly that. Thunderous DDT. And now Kane on the top rope. The Big Red Machine looking to fly. Darksydephil gets to his feet and gets nailed with a double axe handle. And now Kane going up top once again. Kane came here with one goal in mind, and that was a takeout. I nearly called him Dr. Phil then. Maybe that'll be his opponent next week. But now Kane, hand around the throat of Darksydephil and nails him with a thunderous chokeslam. Phil completely out of it. But Kane's not finished with him yet. What's the Big Red Machine going to do with his victim? He picks him up. Kane has him in position and nails the tombstone pile driver. Darksydephil busted wide open here, completely out flat on his back, and the Big Red Machine hooks the leg now. The referee making the count, and unbelievable. Well, not that surprising though, really. Kane for the comfortable victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Kane.
Well, no Darman, ladies and gentlemen, but I'd say the moral of this story, don't beg for money on the internet, because if you do, this 7-foot monster may turn up and nail you with a choke slam and a tombstone. If you want some great created wrestlers in your game, but without going through the lengthy process of creating them yourself, well, I can help you out with that. If you play on PS2 or PS2 emulator, I can create just for you a custom save data file and preload it with up to 30 created wrestlers that you have chosen. If you're interested, send me an email at pastgengamingemail@gmail.com. My email is linked on the main channel page, and I can also do this for the PSP, but on PSP I can only do save files for the European version of the game.